pulling a card. There are lots of ways to do this, but we're going to use some of the Hindu shuffle and some of the overhand shuffle. So, we have someone pick a card, and right when they're ready to put that card back, you start doing a Hindu shuffle. And you say, go ahead and put your card right back there. They put their card back. I'm going to put it face up so you can keep track of it, but normally they put it face down. As you come over to continue doing the Hindu shuffle, instead of just pulling these cards off like a normal Hindu shuffle, what happens is you come over, the front edge of these cards touch down like normal. And in the back, what happens is these fingers keeping a little bit of a gap. So you see there's a gap there. So I can keep track of the fact that that card at the bottom of that gap there is their card. I pick up that section. So it comes over, picks up a few cards, including that card that they picked, keeping a gap there. Can't tell if I can see that gap. A little gap there. And then you carry on doing a Hindu shuffle. Now, once you get to that gap, and it'll be very obvious because you'll feel it, but it'll be very obvious here because you'll see the card face up, you stop. And there it is, and you just plop those on top. Now their card is on top of the deck. Now if you want their card on top of the deck, you can just leave it there. If you want, you can turn the deck over and do a Hindu shuffle face down. Sorry, face up I should say. That keeps, if you pull from the, instead of pulling from the bottom here, if you pull from the middle, if you pull from the bottom it'll, well, I guess you can pull from the bottom if you want, just as long as you don't finish the shuffle and you stick those back in the bottom, or if you want, you can just pull from the middle. Now you can finish the shuffle, it doesn't matter. You want to keep that card on top. Now let's say you want to get this card to the bottom, and you've got it on top. You can do an overhand shuffle. Like this. So you have the top of the deck, which is their card right there on near the thumb. And this time you're going to pick up cards by where the thumb is, and you're just going to do an overhand shuffle. But you're going to do it so that the very end of the shuffle, at least, you're actually just doing one card at a time. So the very last card ends up being their card at the bottom. That was a bit much. Let's go through it all again. So, they pick a card, you start a Hindu shuffle, you say put your card right there, so they put it down, come over, you pick up some cards, keeping a little gap there, but in the front it's nice and square. Keep doing a Hindu shuffle until you get to where you can feel that you've reached the end of that gap, because you're just going to have to feel it, if the card's not going to face up. Now if you want to just finish there, you can turn the deck over and pull from the middle this time instead of the bottom like normal. And just do as much of a more Hindu shuffle if you want to keep doing. Now if you want to get this card to the bottom, put it by your thumb, pick up cards from, instead of the middle like we were practicing before, we're going to pick them up from the top of the deck, which is where that card is. And you're going to pull cards off, doing an overhand shuffle, making sure that you can drop little clumps if you want, but making sure at the very end you're doing just one card at a time. And that brings their card to the bottom of the deck. Okay? Do it one more time with the card face down. So you start a Hindu shuffle. So put your card right there. And the idea is to get good enough at doing this that you can pick that up really quickly. You don't have to sit there and fidget with it. It almost seems like you never stop doing the shuffle. And there we go. If you want, you can do more of this. And so they think you've now really thoroughly shuffled the deck, but look at that. Your card's on the bottom now, and you have complete control of where it is. Now when you do that this way, I wouldn't do it like that. I was showing you. I do it this way so they can't see that their card ends up in the bottom. So if their card is on top and you're about to start the overhand shuffle, it would just look like this. Card's at the bottom.